Dre, T, it's your boy D Neil back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Jimmy has so many insults for Rob Beckett's teeth. 8 out of 10 cast does countdown, bro. Jimmy's funniest insults are when he's talking about Rob Beckett's teeth, bro. Bro, it's some of the best insults that I've heard. We finna go ahead and jump in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, give the video a thumbs up. Jimmy, let loose.
John is really good with numbers, as opposed to women, conversation, and emotions.
It's always like, we always do jokes about everyone, and the audience laugh. And when you do my ones, everybody laughs. Finish that one.
Freddie is unique among cricketers in that I've heard of him. He has a media and performance degree from the University of Salford, and yet despite that,
Stop,
he's...
Jimmy!
What?
Salford, we've said this before.
What did he say?
He said Salford.
Well, it's spelled S-A-L-F-O-R-D.
Spelled that way, but it's said.
Did you say salt?
Salford.
No, salt.
Salt. There you go.
I say salt. I say salt, not salt. Salt.
Okay, Jason has a media and performance degree from the University of Salford, and yet despite that, he's done really well for himself.
If Nigel Farage had his way, playing this show would be part of the British citizenship test. You'd have to get 40 points at Countdown, or you can't live here.
Where would you move, Sean? I mean, I don't want to upset you by saying this, but you're quite an angry man a lot of the time. Are there any words that rile you?
There's only one thing that's got in common with me being angry every time I'm on this show, and that's you.
Joe and Josh are friends in real life. Normally, when you have two good friends, there's a funny one and a good-looking one.
Yeah, I heard
What's happened here?
It's unfair because everyone else just got jokes about themselves, even when John's... It's about me.
You're sort of a victim.
Shouldn't be sat next to the alpha, should you, mate?
John is dedicated to his girlfriend. She's a lovely, bubbly girl whose parents describe her as missing.
She's a lovely, bubbly girl whose parents describe her as missing.
She comes from an Irish family and has over 80 cousins. Life with them is a real roller coaster because they run a fairground.
You're as Irish as me, Jimmy.
I know. But, you know, I was brought up properly. Matthew's hoping to break into the movies. Good news for him. He's 5'4", so he'll only need a child's ticket.
5'5½". Nobody uses the half, apart from people who are 5'5", really. Like, Richard's not going, oh, I'm 6'6½".
No, because I'm 6'7", you see.
Before becoming a comedian...
I swear, I used to say I was 5'7.5" because I am 5'7", but nobody cares about the half, so I'm 5'7". I just say I'm 5'7".
Comedian Bob used to work as a probation officer, so I'm assuming you and Sean go way back.
What is this thing about me in fights? I don't get in fights.
He was on probation for running a brothel, actually.
Yeah, my brothel.
I wasn't doing that until then.
That's what he said when the police walked in. 1984 was the first time Bill Bailey appeared on the Edinburgh Fringe, and the last time a Fringe appeared on him. Rob's American. America and Britain are two nations divided by a common language. For example, we say tomato, and they say, do these trousers come in an extra large with an elasticated waist? She is the greatest ever female player in Countdown history.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Roisin is the worst. Jen has had 5 9-letter words on Countdown. Roisin once claimed she had the word news, but there was no W on the board. Lee Mack is from Blackburn in Lancashire, but now lives in London because, well, you would, wouldn't you?
I'm not, but it'll go with the joke. I'm from Southport, but carry on. Still works.
Lee Mack is from Southport, but now lives in London because, well, you would, wouldn't you?
Doesn't work because no one knows where Southport is. You're from Southport, you idiot. I mean...
John hates text speak. The abbreviated spelling and poor grammar infuriate him. And if John were to ever receive a text message, I imagine he'd be livid.
I do get text messages from Papa John's Pizza Hut and my bank. Joke's on you, Jimmy, because it's 2 for Tuesday.
Sean recently turned 51, which, as Rachel will tell you, is a no longer in your prime number. David suffers from insomnia. Here's a tip, David. Try talking to John after the show for 5 minutes. That will sort you right out.
I'd like to. You're supposed to say something about him and his background and stuff.
He was saying that I had insomnia.
That's hardly a slam, is it?
John says his new girlfriend takes his breath away, and that's because she's inflatable.
Bro, Jimmy be spot on with these insults. Some I've heard from different videos of best insults, but that was a good one. That his new girlfriend takes his breath away. That's because she's inflatable.
Reg first came to the UK to study at RADA. You may not think Reg has got much of an acting range, but he's actually a 23-year-old white woman from Surrey. Sean Locke is often referred to as Lockie by his friends, and El Diablo by foreign hitchhikers.
I call them numero siete.
Rachel Riley took over from Carol Vorderman in much the same way as in the wild a young male silverback gorilla will attack and drive out the older male when the older male starts asking for too much money. Rachel joined Countdown in January 2009 after Carol Vorderman sadly broke her leg and had to be shot and melted down for glue.
Jesus!
Where would we be without Rachel Riley? I guess helping a drunk Carol Vorderman out of her mobility scooter.
God, what did Carol do? What did Carol do to deserve all these insults? And she's not even on the show. I guess she started out on the show, but they must have had a bad falling out.
If you're watching, Carol, should be passed out by this now. Rachel worked hard to overcome the legacy of her predecessor, but let's face it, no one's going to forget Karen Venderman in a hurry. I'm not saying Sean Locke is downbeat and depressing, but Channel 4 have asked me to announce if you or anyone you know is currently suffering from Sean Locke, there will be a helpline for you to call after the show. John is a laugh a minute, which isn't great for this show, as he only gets 30 seconds. Rachel is constantly confounding society's outdated, sexist attitudes. First on Countdown by being a young, attractive woman who's also excellent at maths, and then on Strictly by being a young, attractive woman who's shit at dancing. One of Josie's favourite hobbies is outdoor swimming. I also love outdoor swimming. It's one of my favourite ways to get hepatitis. Sean says he only has 3 weaknesses on Countdown: the letters and the maths. I don't want to break any hearts out there, but John has recently got married. Congratulations. Now, I'm not saying the marriage won't last, but when the bride threw the bouquet, she caught it herself. Despite not always winning on Countdown, Sean really throws himself into it like a seagull flying into a patio window. Oh. Since taking up acting, Greg has put his day job as a teacher behind him and shown off the incredibly diverse range of characters he can play. Whether it's head of sixth form in The In-Betweeners or a member of the drama faculty in Man Down, he can do it all. I'm not saying Sarah's going to struggle at Countdown tonight, but she has somehow managed to misspell Sarah.
My parents spelt my name. I had nothing to do with it. Did I? I was being born.
Sean Locke, proof if proof were needed that the educational standards in this country weren't much better in the old days.
Weren't much better in the old days.
Rachel is a role model for any intelligent, ambitious young woman who wants to have a career, standing next to a row of jumbled up letters. I must admit, sitting opposite Sean on so many episodes of Cats Does Countdown has really inspired me. It's inspired me to moisturise my forehead.
What do you mean?
John recently got married. Well, it was either that or pay the postage to send her back.
Now tell me, is that a joke about an inflatable girlfriend or a foreign bride?
Oh, we're sort of multi-layered.
OK, good.
We're just suggesting that it is not a real love.
I'll enjoy it twice then.
John had been single for so long that at his wedding, for the something blue, he just used his balls. Comic actor Miles Jupp is in huge demand at the moment, or he would be if someone was making a film about a young Boris Johnson. Rob Beckett is a stand-up comedian and the worst ever Cats Does Countdown player, which means he's the worst ever player of Countdown ever. He also seems to be dressed from the neck down as a lesbian.
From the neck or just from the forehead down?
Actually, the hair is quite... Yeah, you can see it. Susie, what's the weirdest rumour you've heard about yourself on this show?
On one of the more popular fact sites, which aren't always facts, they said I'd been in prison in Cambodia for a while, and I was married to a paperclip millionaire. But you know, you can never trust those sites because they say you're a comedian.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Rachel, who's
nice,
your weirdest
Susie.
crush?
There is one person, actually. He's a little bit older than me. He's the comedian / presenter. He's got this show where comedians come on and sometimes there's a music act and other celebrities. And he's got 2 dogs. And I asked my friends, and because I didn't think it was a weird crush, but they said it definitely was, because everyone knows he's gay. Graham Norton.
Rob Beckett is the only man I know that has to get planning permission when he visits a dentist. That has to get planning permission when he visits a dentist. Rob, when the tooth fairy came when you were a child, what did you do with the money? Did you buy a car? Rob grew up in Lewisham, where, because of his teeth, he was technically classed as a dangerous dog.
At least I didn't have to buy them.
How's that going to do? You called me a dog!
I'm not saying Rob's got big teeth, but Rob is 98% calcium. I'm not saying Rob's got big teeth, but at summer solstice, loads of druids make a pilgrimage to his mouth and dance about. But Rob is one of the most wanted comedians on the circuit, mainly by ivory poachers. I think we got carried away, Rob.
It's all right, mate.
Man, I do feel misled by the title, though. I was like, so many insults for Rob Beckett's teeth, that was like 4 or 5. But there is a video that said every time Jimmy insulted Rob's teeth, so maybe we'll do that one next. If you guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. It's your boy D-Neil, out.